Just finished an easy run. It's Saturday, very nice weather, spring is on its way. I just thought I'd update people on the Manchester training. I know I've put out a few videos on the North Lincolnshire half and the Chesterfield 10k, but it's been a while since I've updated on the Manchester training. I've not really filmed anything apart from those 2 races. Not really being up for it really, because it's been a bit of a roller coaster. Not really put me in the mood to film a bit, but I thought I'd film today. Yeah, let's just quickly talk about the North Lincolnshire half. Good confidence after that race. PB is always good, definitely always good. Doesn't always correlate to a successful marathon, but it's a great place to be at. I said, you know, anything under 124, well, and under 125 is still very doable for a sub 3. Myself, my first Manchester, my half marathon time was 1:26 back then, and that's my best time for the marathon so far, for the 3 hours 9 seconds. And I think the best thing about North Lincolnshire half for me was how I run that. I mean, I felt great all the way through. It was only till the end where I really put the foot down, where I started to feel it, but I never once got to a point in that race where I thought, well, this is going to burn out, this is going to be like too much. I was like, you know, if someone said you've got a few more K to run further at that pace for past a half marathon distance, I'd have been like, okay, I think I can do that, which is a great place to be at, and get a PB, because normally when I race a half, like a PB effort, I normally start dying at around 18k, and it's just this real slog to the end. But this one I was just like, bloody hell, I'm going faster, I'm going to go faster, but I'm not feeling that point where I'm feeling awful. It's just not coming. So to get a PB and feel like that in those conditions, and if I you know, took it a little bit more seriously, you know, got a good warm up, got to the front of where I should have been starting, you know, I could have probably run 121 that day. But yeah, a PB is a PB, it doesn't really matter. And it's in the middle of training for the bigger picture. I mean, I even had a 800s, a Yasso 800s on the Thursday before that race, so I wasn't fresh legs or anything like that. So yeah, so after the race on the Sunday, on the 17th of March, you know, came out of that really high and really just confidence really sky high. But then that week following, I just had this massive dump in fatigue, really tired, just couldn't get my head together, really tired physically and everything, and then it just never sort of picked up again. After that week also, I had some problems with my feet, which are still going on now, and that's probably one of the reasons why I've not really filmed a lot of training, because it just put me in a sort of quite of a down mood. I didn't really want to talk about it or acknowledge it really, but I sort of do have to acknowledge it now, because it crept from, let's say, a 2 out of 3, I mean 2/3 out of 10 sort of pain, whereas to me that's like a niggle. And after Lincolnshire half, it was like creeping into the 6 that week, where it was causing me some pain, like to the point where it stops becoming a niggle and starts moving into that injury territory. For me, injury territory is when it starts to affect the way you run. That's when it starts, for me personally, is when a niggle becomes an injury, and that's where it started to get. I was having to run very differently and relieve the pressure on my feet. I'm not sure what the condition is. It might be something called, I can't pronounce it properly, but metatarsalgia or something. I'm not sure exactly how it's become like this, but it could be a combination of using my Next Percents Vaporflies on every long run, which I was doing mainly because I didn't really have a long run shoe, and all my daily shoes that I was using, Speed 3, Saucony Triumph, they're well past, you know, they're well past the point where I normally would replace them. But anyway, I carried that on, carried the week on, feeling a bit fatigued, these pains coming into my feet. And then I did the Chesterfield 10k, which, you know, it was a tough route anyway. I wasn't really going to race that, wasn't really bothered, so I ran that at just marathon pace. Felt very tired doing that, to be honest. It felt a lot harder than I imagined, but it's okay. It's, you know, I'm not panicking or anything like that. you have runs like that. And then the worst thing was, I tried to buy some new shoes, some daily shoes to ease the pain and all the comfort, get a bit more comfortable. And then I decided to go with some Asics Cumulus 26. I heard about them being quite lightweight cushion daily trainers, got those. And then I had the worst run ever, like the most painful run ever. And it's nothing to do with the condition that I'm talking about. It was a new thing on the right side, on the edge of my foot, and it got so painful that for the first time ever I had to stop a run due to pain. Like I stopped, I quit the long run. I had to ring side to pick me up because I was a good few kilometers away from home, and I was just like, I can't even walk properly. I can't even get home. And I was shivering because it was quite cold, because I cooled down. So first time ever I had to get someone out to pick me up, and it was all getting me down a little bit, and my confidence from the North Links was here, and then literally like, you know, a week a little bit later it's rock bottom. But I'm back up again a little bit now. The pain's not too bad. So yeah, long run tomorrow, 30k to 32 maybe, and it'll be a flat course, and put some pacing in it, fast pacing, and just see how it goes. Come on! How you feeling? You alright?
Shut up!
It looks alright, You alright? What's wrong with your leg?
Oh, it hurts.
Go on. There you go, Humpy Foo. Looking pretty bad, to be honest. In. See you later. Good afternoon. 7th of April. 1 week out from the Manchester Marathon 2024, and I am absolutely bricking it. I wish I had more time, but I don't. So yeah, this morning was the Sheffield half, which you saw some footage there as I was going to support it. Yeah, I just went to support it, decided not to run it, even though I do have a 20k run planned today, but I just didn't fancy, well, I took some advice off some people who, you know, said running those hills a week out is probably not the best idea. Just stick to flat, or, you know, I'm going to use the treadmill now. I did an easy run yesterday on concrete, and after 5k it was hurting, so I decided to do the long run, the last long run on the treadmill today. It's a bit softer, and I've noticed wearing the Adidas shoes gives me less pain, so I've given the Nikes a break for a while, and it does seem to be easing down, which is a good sign. Nobody's marathon training goes smoothly, does it? And if you are, you're one of the very few that I know. So yeah, I'm not panicking. I've been here before where something's not gone right, and I'm just going to deal with it. It's fine, and I'll recover after Manchester. Whatever happens, the feet can sort of relax then, but until then I've just got to make it till next week, get through the race. Just a little quick update. I'm going to release another video talking about all the kit, the fuel, how I'm carrying it all, like what exact kit I'm using, exact fueling I'm using, and I'll talk about the 3-day taper that the 3-day carb loading diet change that I'm going to do, which is all new because I've never done that. It's very different to what I've done in the past. So yeah, I'll put a video out before I head to Manchester on the weekend. Oh, before I go, I spent Friday on a podcast called Running the Red Line, and that is run by Brett Elmsmore and Andy Maguire. Shout out to them who invited me on. Spent Friday night and we just talked about running, marathons, all the upcoming things that's going off with us all. We're all training for marathons. Andy's training for Newport, Brett's training for Manchester, so he'll be there as well on the day. Both YouTubers, if you've not checked them out, there's Obi-Wan Brand and It's On Andy, and the podcast is Running the Red Line, available on well, the podcast apps, the Spotify and YouTube if you want to watch the webcam footage of the podcast. Right, and I'll see you in a bit.